Hey everyone, welcome to The Bold and the Beautiful. I'm Oma, and I'm so excited to have you here. If you love Bold and Beautiful update, then you're in the right place. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Alright, let's dive right in. Have you ever hit someone and instantly regretted it? That's exactly what happened to me. Luna stood there, rubbing her stomach, smirking like she owned Will's future, our future, and before I knew it, my fist connected with her face. For 1 second, it felt like justice. But the next, she twisted it, turned herself into the victim, and suddenly Will, the man I love, the man she violated, was standing between us, protecting her. That's when I realized, this wasn't just about anger or revenge. This was war. And Luna wasn't going to stop until she destroyed us all. I've replayed this day in my head 1,000 times, and no matter how I twist it, I can't seem to shake the same feeling. Regret mixed with a kind of grim satisfaction. My name is Electra, and if you've already seen the headlines, you probably know the moment everyone is talking about. The one where I finally lost it and hit Luna. What you don't know is how much she pushed me to that breaking point. It started at Bill's place. We were all gathered, tension buzzing through the air like electricity before a storm. Luna was chirping like a bird who thought she'd won, gloating about her pregnancy, flaunting it like a trophy she'd stolen from a shelf that didn't belong to her. She kept repeating that it was official now, that her pregnancy was confirmed, and she made sure to lock eyes with me every time she said it. I couldn't help myself. I asked the question hanging heavy on everyone's mind. Was it really Will's? Her smile twisted into something cruel, something designed to cut me open. Of course it's Will's, she said sweetly, her hand brushing over her stomach. Then she leaned in closer, her voice low but sharp enough to slice. And you know what? He was the best I ever had. I swear my blood boiled so hot in that moment I thought my skin might blister. Every muscle in my body screamed at me to lunge, to shut her up, but Katie's hand on my arm kept me tethered for a second longer. But Luna wasn't done. She kept taunting, stepping closer until I could feel her breath on my face. She cooed about their little love child, as if the entire room didn't already know she had trapped Will in the cruelest way imaginable. She twisted her words like knives, cutting deeper with every syllable. Katie finally intervened, trying to pull me back, but Luna wasn't letting up. She smirked and leered, saying things like, "You, me, and Will, we're going to be a happy family. And there's nothing you can do about it." That was the moment. The moment where the red haze took over. Where all the humiliation, the grief, the helplessness I had swallowed for weeks came roaring up like a volcano that couldn't hold back its fire anymore. My fist moved before my mind even gave permission. And when it connected, God help me, it felt good. The crack of it echoed in the room. Luna stumbled back, her hand flying to her face, her eyes wide in shock. The silence that followed was almost deafening. For half a heartbeat, I felt powerful again, like I had taken something back from her. But then, of course, it all went to hell. Will lunged forward, Bill too, both trying to separate us as Luna shrieked and came at me like a wild animal. Her nails clawed at the air as she lunged, eyes blazing with something almost feral. Bill's roar filled the room as he held her back, Katie trying desperately to keep me from going after her again. And Will, my Will, he stood in between us, his chest heaving, his voice trembling as he told Luna she deserved worse. Worse. Do you know what it's like to hear the man you love say that out loud? To hear him stand there, in front of everyone, and admit that she was the one in the wrong? For just a second, I thought maybe we had one. Maybe she couldn't twist her way out of this. But Luna, she's relentless. Even with blood at the corner of her mouth, even with the sting of my punch still on her cheek, she smirked. She screamed about how they were letting me attack the mother of Will's child. She clutched her belly like a shield, her voice rising with faux desperation. Katie, bless her, pointed out the truth. We don't even know if it's Will's, she shot back. But Luna only doubled down, vowing that the baby was his, that once the tests proved it, Will would love her. That he'd love her and the baby, and nothing could stop it. I couldn't stop myself from spitting back. Sociopaths can't feel love, Luna. You don't know the first thing about it. You've gone to hell and back just to get to Will, but he will never love you. And Will, steady as stone beside me, said the words that cut the deepest of all. I hate you, Luna. I hate you, and I hate looking at you. I should have felt triumphant. I should have felt like we'd finally stripped away her power. But even as the words left his mouth, I saw the flicker in her eyes, that twisted little satisfaction. Because for Luna, hate is just another form of attention. After Bill roared at Luna to shut up, the room was chaos. Everyone was shouting over each other, Katie trying to hold him back, Will standing like a barricade between me and Luna, of course, wailing about how we were all conspiring against her and her baby. Her baby. I'll never forget the way she said it, like it was a crown on her head, a golden ticket that excused every single vile thing she had done. She touched her belly with this calculated tenderness, her eyes darting from Bill to Katie to me, as if she knew at least one of us would buckle under the weight of it. But not this time. Bill's face was red, his voice booming as he bellowed. Get out! Get the hell out of my house before I let Electra knock you down again. For the first time since I'd known her, Luna's bravado cracked. Her lips trembled, her face pale with shock, but even as she turned toward the door, she had the gall to mutter, You'll see. Will's going to change his mind. You can't keep us apart. He's going to love me, and he's going to love our child. It took everything in me not to leap across the room and silence her for good. My hands actually shook from the effort of holding myself back. Will reached for me, his voice soft but urgent. Don't, Electra. She's not worth it. And he was right. She wasn't. But that didn't stop the ache in my chest when I realized her words weren't just empty threats. She believed them. She truly thought she had a claim on him, on us. And deep down, I knew she was never going to stop until she got what she wanted, or destroyed us trying. When the door slammed behind her, the silence that followed was deafening. I collapsed onto the couch, my body trembling from the adrenaline that had nowhere else to go. Katie sat beside me instantly, her arm wrapping around my shoulders, grounding me. She whispered, You see it, don't you? You see that Will's the victim in this too? That he loves you more than anything. After the punch, things didn't calm down. They never do they? The room felt like it shifted, like the air thickened. I could hear my own heartbeat in my ears, loud and punishing, like it was mocking me for letting my emotions win. Luna's hand was clutched to her cheek, her mouth hanging open in a perfect little oh of shock. But what unsettled me most wasn't the physical reaction. It was the glimmer of satisfaction that flickered in her eyes. Like she'd been waiting for this. Like she had baited me into it. Will's voice was the next thing I remember. Sharp, panicked, filled with a kind of desperation I wasn't used to hearing from him. Electra, what the hell are you doing? He rushed to her side. To her side. And my chest felt like it was caving in. I wanted to scream at him. Are you serious right now? Do you not remember what she did to you? But the words jammed in my throat. He was touching her elbow, asking if she was okay, if she needed to sit down, if she needed a doctor. That's when it hit me like a sucker punch to the gut. Luna had already won this round. Because what can a man do when the woman who violated him is standing there pregnant, holding her belly with one hand like a shield and dabbing her cheek with the other? He feels guilty. Protective. Even if he doesn't want to. Even if he hates her. That's the kind of trap she sets, and I walked right into it with both fists swinging. Later that night, I sat on the edge of our bed, my hands trembling in my lap. Will was pacing, his hair a mess from running his hands through it over and over. You can't do that, he said, his voice tight, almost breaking. You can't just hit her. You don't understand what that means, what she's going to do with that. I do understand, I snapped, my voice sharper than I intended. I understand better than you think. She's been manipulating you from the second she laid eyes on you. And now she's using that baby to chain herself to you forever. And you, I choked on the words. You keep letting her. He froze, his back to me. His shoulders sagged, and I thought maybe he was about to break down, admit I was right. But instead, he whispered, "It's not that simple." And that was the moment I realized how deep this went. How much of him she had already consumed. The days that followed were a blur of tension and whispered conversations. Everyone had their own opinion, their own version of the story. Some people saw me as the villain, the jealous girlfriend who lost control. Others secretly told me they admired me, that they wished someone had put Luna in her place a long time ago. But admiration doesn't clean up the mess. Katie came to see me one afternoon. She sat across from me at the kitchen table, her eyes sharp, her hands folded neatly in front of her. "Electra," she said, her voice calm but firm, "you have to let us handle this. If you lose your temper again, she'll use it to bury you, and we'll with you." Her words stung, not because they were cruel, but because they were true. I'd given Luna exactly what she wanted, a chance to play the victim. A chance to make me the aggressor while she draped herself in innocence. But then Katie's face softened, and she reached across the table, laying her hand over mine. "I know you're hurting. I know you feel like you have to protect him. But the best way you can do that right now is to stay strong. Don't give her another weapon to use." I nodded, but inside I felt like I was shattering. Because staying strong felt impossible when every time I saw Will, I saw the distance growing between us. Then came Lee. Oh, Lee. I'll never forget the night she found out the truth. We were all in her apartment. Bill, Katie, me, Will, and Luna, of course, standing there with her crocodile tears. Will finally told them everything, every ugly detail about that night. How drunk he was. How he woke up disoriented, violated, unable to remember everything but knowing enough to understand what had been taken from him. Bill's face turned red with rage. Katie was holding back tears. And Lee looked like she had been cut open with a knife. She stared at Luna, her jaw tight, her nostrils flaring. And then, without warning, she lunged. I swear, it was like something primal took over her. She slammed Luna against the wall, her hand around her throat, her voice a raw scream. "You evil little snake! You will not destroy this family." Will jumped forward, pulling her back, his voice frantic. "Lee, stop! You'll kill her." And maybe that's exactly what Lee wanted in that moment. I can't blame her. Watching Luna's mask crack, seeing her eyes wide with fear for once instead of smugness, it was terrifying, but it was also the first time I felt like someone truly understood the rage burning inside me. Of course, that moment only fueled Luna's lies even further. She stumbled away, gasping, clutching her stomach as if the baby itself was under attack. "She tried to kill me," she sobbed. "She tried to kill me and my baby." And Will, God, Will, he rushed to her side again. That night, when we were finally alone, I broke down. I don't mean just tears. I mean full-on heaving, gut-wrenching sobs that tore out of me like they'd been trapped for years. I told him I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't keep fighting a war where every move I made only seemed to give her more power. "I feel like I'm losing you," I whispered into the silence. "Every time she's in the room, it's like you're not mine anymore. You're hers. Not because you love her, but because she's tied herself to you in a way I can't compete with. And I don't know how to live with that." He sat on the floor in front of me, his hands on my knees, his eyes wet. "You're not losing me," he said, his voice breaking. "But I don't know how to fight her either." And that's when it hit me. We weren't just fighting Luna. We were fighting the system she thrived in. The lies, the manipulation, the sympathy she knew how to summon on command. She was playing a game where the rules were written in her favor, and we were always 2 steps behind. But even so, I couldn't walk away. Because as much as it hurt, as much as it broke me, I loved him. And I wasn't going to let her take him from me. Not without a fight.